Hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. Today we are going to talk about the countries where the sun never sets. Have you ever wondered, where does the sun never sets? Do you think you could live somewhere where it's always day for half of the year and always night for the other half of the year? It might sound confusing, but there are a few countries where it actually happens. Before we look into more details, if you are watching my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. Which do you prefer? Long summer days where the sun doesn't set until late in the day, or short winter days when it gets dark shortly after school is out? If you are like most kids, you probably prefer those long summer days. During the summer, the sun does not set above the Arctic Circle. Like the equator, the Arctic Circle is an imaginary line. It's defined as the latitude above which the sun does not set on the days of summer. North of Arctic Circle, periods of constant sunshine last for up to 6 months of the year at the North Pole. The opposite is also true for parts of the year above the Arctic Circle. There are several countries with areas within or that border of Arctic Circle. Many people call such areas the land of the midnight sun, because in summer the sun can often be seen past midnight. Some of these areas include the northernmost parts of Canada, Greenland, Finland, Norway, Sweden, Russia, Alaska, and Iceland. If you really love the sun, you might think about a spring and summer vacation to Norway. The sun doesn't set there from about April 19th to August 23rd each year. This occurs because the earth is tilted on its axis by approximately 23 degrees. This means that the sun only rises and sets once each year. Of course, they aren't limited to only northern areas. They also occur in southern regions near the Antarctic Circle. However, at most, there are only about 1,000 people working in Antarctica per year. So very few people experience these phenomena there. The people who live in these areas eventually get used to the constant sunlight or darkness for extended periods of time. Newcomers or visitors, though, often find it hard to adjust and may have trouble sleeping, especially when the sun is shining all night long. Hope you like this video. If you like it, click the like button and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video. Hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. Today we're going to talk about KFC, the Kentucky Fried Chicken, which is an American fast food restaurant chain headquartered in Kentucky. They specialize in fried chicken. It is the world's second largest restaurant chain after McDonald's, with 22,621 locations globally in 115 countries as of December 2019. KFC was founded by Colonel Harlan Sanders, an entrepreneur who began selling fried chicken for his roadside restaurant in Kentucky. Today, in this video, we are going to look at the history of KFC. Before we look into more details, if you're watching my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. KFC was founded by Colonel Harlan Sanders, an entrepreneur who began selling fried chicken from his roadside restaurant in Kentucky. Sanders identified the potential of restaurant franchising concept, and the first KFC franchise opened in 1952. KFC popularized chicken in the fast food industry, diversifying the market by challenging the established dominance of hamburgers. By branding himself as Colonel Sanders, Harlan became a prominent figure of American cultural history, and his image remains widely used in KFC advertising to this day. Harlan Sanders was born in 1890. When Sanders was 5 years old, his father died, forcing his mother to work at a canning plant. This left Sanders, as the eldest son, to care for his two younger siblings. After he reached 7 years of age, his mother taught him how to cook. After leaving the family home at the age of 13, Sanders passed through several professions with mixed success. In 1930s, he took over a shell filling station on US Route 25 just outside Kentucky. It was here that he first served to travelers the recipes that he had learned as a child: fried chicken and other dishes such as steaks and county ham. After 4 years of serving from his own dining room table, Sanders purchased the larger filling station on the other side of the road and expanded to 6 tables. By 1936, this had proven successful enough for Sanders to be given the honorary title of Kentucky Colonel by Governor Ruby Laffoon. In 1937, he expanded his restaurant to 142 seats and added a motel he purchased across the street, naming it Sanders Court and Cafe. Sanders was unhappy with the 35 minutes it took to prepare his chicken in an iron frying pan, but he refused to deep fry the chicken, which he believed lowered the quality of the product. If he pre-cooked the chicken in advance of orders, there was sometimes wastage at day's end. In 1939, the first commercial pressure cookers were released onto the market, mostly designed for steaming vegetables. Sanders bought one and modified it into a pressure fryer, which he then used to fry chicken. The new method reduced production time to be comparable with deep frying, while, in the opinion of Sanders, retaining the quality of pan-fried chicken. In July 1940, Sanders finalized what came to be known as his original recipe of 11 herbs and spices. Although he never publicly revealed the recipe, he admitted the use of salt and pepper and claimed that the ingredients stand on everybody's shelf. The Sanders Court and Cafe generally served travelers, so when the route planned in 1955 for Interstate 75 bypassed Corbin, Sanders sold his properties and traveled the US to franchise his chicken recipe to restaurant owners. Independent restaurants would pay 4 to 5 cents on each chicken as a franchisee fee, in exchange for Sanders' secret blend of herbs and spices and the right to feature his recipe on their menus and use his name and likeliness for promotional purposes. In 1952, he had already successfully franchised his recipe to his friend Peter Harmon of South Salt Lake, the operator of one of the city's largest restaurants. In 1964, Sanders sold the company to a group of investors led by John Y. Brown Jr. and Jack C. Massey for $2 million. The contract included a lifetime salary for Sanders and the agreement that he would be the company's quality controller and trademark. The chain had reached 3,000 outlets in 48 different countries by 1970. In July 1971, Brown sold the company to Finlyn, a packaged food and drinks corporation, for $285 million. Sanders died in 1980, his promotional work making him a prominent figure in American cultural history. By the time of his death, there was an estimated 6,000 KFC outlets in 48 different countries worldwide, with $2 billion of sales annually. In 1982, Finlyn was acquired by R.J. Reynolds, the tobacco giant. In July 1986, Reynolds sold KFC to PEPSICO for $850 million. PepsiCo made the chain a part of its restaurant division alongside Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. The Chinese market was entered in 1987 with an outlet in Beijing. In 1991, the KFC name was officially adapted, although it was already widely known by the initialism. Kylie Craig, president of KFC US, admitted the change was an attempt to distance the chain from the unhealthy idea of fried. The early 1990s saw a number of successful major products launched throughout the chain, including spicy hot wings launched in 1990, popcorn chicken 1992, and internationally the Zinger, a spicy chicken-filled sandwich in 1993. By 1994, KFC had 5,149 outlets in the US and 9,407 worldwide with over 100,000 employees. In August 1997, PepsiCo spun off its restaurant division as a public company valued at $4.5 billion. The new company was named Tricon Global Restaurants and at that time had 30,000 outlets and annual sales of $10 billion, make it second in the world only to McDonald's. Tricon was renamed Yum Brands in May 2002. KFC has been all-time favorite choice for chickens till now, where we wouldn't have ever thought of its journey till today. Hope you like this video, and if you like it, click the like button and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video. Hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. Today we are going to talk about how in the matter of 2 short years I have gone from a man suffering the symptoms of being out of touch with his truth and identity to owning my story and living an authentic life. I'm steadily designing my life and my future, living life on my terms and learning how to make a living doing it. It is freedom, and trust me, it is joyful. It is still hard. I will never stop growing, but my life feels right for the very first time in a long time. These are ugly truths that I had learned before I was able to start living a life I love. Before we look into the facts, if you're watching my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. Truth number 1. Not everyone will succeed. Unfortunately, some people are born with syndromes that will forever obstruct them, whereas most have the potential to succeed and thrive, but most people won't. They won't take the risk. Some will quit early or die young. The die-hard truth is that a lot of people will go to their graves with their music still in them. Truth number 2. Nobody really cares about you. Everyone is selfish and will only be your friend if they'll get something in return. It's just the way we are all wired. Truth number 3. Problems will always show up in your life. You either accept that and look for solutions or whine and live an awful life. It's your choice. Truth number 4. People will hate and try everything to pull you down when you try to succeed. I fought with and was discouraged rigorously by my peers and family when I decided to start something new. All of my friends shouted, "You will fail." I did fail, but later I did succeed. Be ready for real opposition when you try to succeed. Truth number 5. You are an average of your 5 closest friends. People always argue about this, but it's so true. Just take a minute to check out the friends of Bill Gates. You will see that they are all on Forbes' richest list. Look up the best friends of top bloggers. They all be top bloggers. You can die at any time. I had a classmate who was playing on her bed and hit her head on the wall. She died before the emergency services arrived. People die in the worst imaginable way. Stop thinking you'll live forever. Truth number 6. You are in 1000% control of your life. If you think like a victim who believes some help or God is coming to absolve you, you are done for. Nothing is more important than love. I've found that if I just love myself and everyone else and I don't judge or take things personally, I become so much happier. It's like I turned off the switch for unhappiness. Start loving yourself and everyone else. Truth number 7. Mistakes are good. Take this as an example. I write an answer online chock full of grammatical blunders and it has gathered 13,000 views. That's life. Mistakes will always happen. I made that many mistakes because I was sleepy and didn't edit it before posting it. So start to become comfortable with them. Truth number 8. You can't gain 100% approval no matter what you do. My life's experience seems to confirm this perfectly. There is nothing you can do that will please everyone. Some will always like what you do, some will hate it, and some won't care. Take my incorrectly typed sentence for an example. There are positive comments and negative comments. That's life. Don't try to please everyone, just do you. Truth number 9. Fear never disappears. I have wasted thousands of hours searching for a magic trick on the internet that will dissolve my fears. The hard truth I eventually found out is that fear never leaves. I just have to accept that and find a way to take action in spite of it. Make massive change in your life by figuring out how you want it to feel every day. I created this few minutes video exercise to plug you into your authentic self so you can start living the life you want today. Please leave your comments below if you think I have missed any important ugly truths of life for success. And if you like this
click
video,
the like button and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video.
Hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. Today, we're going to talk about this year being one of the strangest and most unpredictable year in the living memory. The President of United States faced an impeachment trial. A deadly disease has swept the land, devastating the economy. A Supreme Court seat opened up and is on course to be filed just days before the election. Hovering over it all is a president who refuses to promise that he will accept the outcome of the election. The traditional October surprise was going to have to be huge to get noticed amid all of this. But being 2020, this year didn't fail to deliver. President Donald Trump has tested positive for the coronavirus. Before we look into more details, if you're watching my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. On October 3rd, 2020, the White House announced that the President Donald Trump received an experimental antibody treatment after a test revealed that he is infected with COVID-19 virus. He reportedly has mild COVID-19 symptoms, including fever and congestion, and he was transferred to Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. Later, the President's medical team confirmed he had started a course of remdesivir, an antiviral drug shown to modestly help hospitalized COVID-19 patients. President Donald Trump announced on October 2, 2020 that he and his wife both tested positive for the coronavirus, an extraordinary development coming months into global pandemic and in the final stretch of his re-election campaign, in which he has flouted experts' guidance on preventing the disease spread. The diagnosis amounts to be the most serious known health threat to a sitting American president in decades. At 74 years old and obese, Trump falls into the highest risk category for serious complications from the disease, which has killed more than 200,000 Americans and more than 1 million people worldwide. Given the president's insistence on ignoring even the most basic precautions against the virus, this development feels as if it was almost inevitable. But now that it has happened, it injects a huge degree of uncertainty not just into the race between Trump and challenger Joe Biden, but also into the stability and safety of the country in the coming weeks. The effect on the campaign depends on the course of the president's illness and who else becomes infected. Both Biden and the Vice President Mike Pence has tested negative, but that doesn't mean they are yet in the clear. Trump himself, who is reportedly experiencing only mild symptoms as of October 2nd, Friday night, has been hospitalized at the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center and is receiving experimental drug treatment. There, he might recover quickly or he might become severely ill. Dangerous symptoms typically develop after a week, and we don't yet know when Trump was infected. If the president does become seriously ill, the country will be uncharted territory. Not since Teddy Roosevelt was shot in 1912 has a candidate entered the final stretch of campaigning while suffering weakness. However ill he gets, Trump is likely to insist on remaining on the ballot. Whether he develops a severe case or not, Trump's diagnosis is unlikely to change the state of the race. Trump might emerge unscathed and attempt to hold up his own experience as evidence that the virus was never that bad after all. But coronavirus is not some abstract issue that Americans learn about only through the media. Nothing the president experiences or says will bring dead relatives back to life or give someone back a job they lost. If Trump falls seriously ill, we can expect voices to be raised on the right in favor of delaying or invalidating the election. A delay would need the approval of Congress, and it's almost impossible to imagine. Easier to imagine is that the Trump's illness could be used to further a narrative that the election has been illegitimately stolen from him. Much of the right-wing media is already promoting a conspiracy theory about mail-in ballots, and as a result, a large segment of the country is poised to reject the result if Trump loses. If the president is unable to campaign for a while, he will have another excuse to urge his supporters to question the validity of the result. The risks for the country are not just electoral. The president is an office with a grave responsibilities and awesome powers. Trump has never embraced the serious side of the job, and much of the government has been forced into autopilot, lacking presidential guidance. But that doesn't mean that Trump can't give consequential and dangerous orders if he chooses. Coronavirus patients persistently report suffering from brain fog, confusion, and difficulty focusing on routine tasks. Any president would hesitate to admit they weren't up to the job this close to an election, and Trump will never ever do so. That means all of his powers will remain in hands which may become even more unstable than usual. Knowing 2020, the real October surprise might be still to come, and we have no idea if the president will be in fit state to respond to it. Especially knowing the president's disregard for science, we probably won't know until it's too late. And if you like this
click the
video,
like button and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video.
Hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. Today we're going to talk about KFC, the Kentucky Fried Chicken, which is an American fast food restaurant chain headquartered in Kentucky. They specialize in fried chicken. It is the world's second largest restaurant chain after McDonald's, with 22,621 locations globally in 115 countries as of December 2019. KFC was founded by Colonel Harlan Sanders, an entrepreneur who began selling fried chicken for his roadside restaurant in Kentucky. Today, in this video, we are going to look at the history of KFC. Before we look into more details, if you're watching my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. KFC was founded by Colonel Harlan Sanders, an entrepreneur who began selling fried chicken from his roadside restaurant in Kentucky. Sanders identified the potential of restaurant franchising concept, and the first KFC franchise opened in 1952. KFC popularized chicken in the fast food industry, diversifying the market by challenging the established dominance of hamburgers. By branding himself as Colonel Sanders, Harlan became a prominent figure of American cultural history, and his image remains widely used in KFC advertising to this day. Harlan Sanders was born in 1890. When Sanders was 5 years old, his father died, forcing his mother to work at a canning plant. This left Sanders, as the eldest son, to care for his two younger siblings. After he reached 7 years of age, his mother taught him how to cook. After leaving the family home at the age of 13, Sanders passed through several professions with mixed success. In 1930s, he took over a Shell filling station on US Route 25 just outside Kentucky. It was here that he first served to travelers the recipes that he had learned as a child: fried chicken and other dishes such as steaks and county ham. After 4 years of serving from his own dining room table, Sanders purchased the larger filling station on the other side of the road and expanded to 6 tables. By 1936, this had proven successful enough for Sanders to be given the honorary title of Kentucky Colonel by Governor Ruby Laffoon. In 1937, he expanded his restaurant to 142 seats and added a motel he purchased across the street, naming it Sanders Court and Cafe. Sanders was unhappy with the 35 minutes it took to prepare his chicken in an iron frying pan, but he refused to deep fry the chicken, which he believed lowered the quality of the product. If he pre-cooked the chicken in advance of orders, there was sometimes wastage at day's end. In 1939, the first commercial pressure cookers were released onto the market, mostly designed for steaming vegetables. Sanders bought one and modified it into a pressure fryer, which he then used to fry chicken. The new method reduced production time to be comparable with deep frying, while, in the opinion of Sanders, retaining the quality of pan-fried chicken. In July 1940, Sanders finalized what came to be known as his original recipe of 11 herbs and spices. Although he never publicly revealed the recipe, he admitted the use of salt and pepper and claimed that the ingredients stand on everybody's shelf. The Sanders Court and Cafe generally served travelers, so when the route planned in 1955 for Interstate 75 bypassed Corbin, Sanders sold his properties and traveled the US to franchise his chicken recipe to restaurant owners. Independent restaurants would pay 4 to 5 cents on each chicken as a franchisee fee, in exchange for Sanders' secret blend of herbs and spices and the right to feature his recipe on their menus and use his name and likeliness for promotional purposes. In 1952, he had already successfully franchised his recipe to his friend Peter Harmon of South Salt Lake, the operator of one of the city's largest restaurants. In 1964, Sanders sold the company to a group of investors led by John Y. Brown Jr. and Jack C. Massey for $2 million. The contract included a lifetime salary for Sanders and the agreement that he would be the company's quality controller and trademark. The chain had reached 3,000 outlets in 48 different countries by 1970. In July 1971, Brown sold the company to Finlyn, a packaged food and drinks corporation, for $285 million. Sanders died in 1980, his promotional work making him a prominent figure in American cultural history. By the time of his death, there was an estimated 6,000 KFC outlets in 48 different countries worldwide, with $2 billion of sales annually. In 1982, Finlyn was acquired by R.J Reynolds, the tobacco giant. In July 1986, Reynolds sold KFC to PEPSICO for $850 million. PepsiCo made the chain a part of its restaurant division alongside Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. The Chinese market was entered in 1987 with an outlet in Beijing. In 1991, the KFC name was officially adapted, although it was already widely known by the initialism. Kylie Craig, president of KFC US, admitted the change was an attempt to distance the chain from the unhealthy idea of fried. The early 1990s saw a number of successful major products launched throughout the chain, including spicy hot wings launched in 1990, popcorn chicken 1992, and internationally the Zinger, a spicy chicken-filled sandwich in 1993. By 1994, KFC had 5,149 outlets in the US and 9,407 worldwide with over 100,000 employees. In August 1997, PepsiCo spun off its restaurant division as a public company valued at $4.5 billion. The new company was named Tricon Global Restaurants and at that time had 30,000 outlets and annual sales of $10 billion, making it second in the world only to McDonald's. Tricon was renamed Yum Brands in May 2002. KFC has been all-time favorite choice for chickens till now, where we wouldn't have ever thought of its journey till today. Hope you like this video, and if you like it,
click the like button and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video.
Hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. Today, it's time to take a look at how amazing and a bit freaky we all are. The human body, is an amazing piece of machinery with few weird characters. Let's check out these 15 fascinating facts about our bodies. Before we look into more details, if you are watching my video for the first time, please do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. Fact number 1. Teeth. It's possible to brush your teeth too aggressively. Doing so can wear down enamel and make teeth sensitive to hot and cold foods. In fact, teeth are the only part of the human body which cannot heal themselves. 99% of the calcium contained in the human body is in one's teeth. Wisdom teeth serves no purpose. They are left over from hundreds of thousands of years ago. As early human brains grew bigger, it reduced space in the mouth, crowding out this third set of molars. Fact number 2. Nose and breathing. As you breathe, most of the air is going in and out of the nostril. Every few hours, the workload shifts to the other nostril. A newborn child can breathe and swallow at the same time for up to 7 months. An adult person performs around 23,000 inhalations and exhalations a day. If you were locked in a completely sealed room, you would not die due to a lack of air, but from carbon dioxide poisoning. Fact number 3. Skin. Skin is the body's largest organ and can comprise 15% of a person's total weight. Human skin is completely replaced about 1,000 times during a person's lifetime. You lose about 4 kilos of skin cells every year. Fact number 4. Eyes. Extraocular muscles in the eye are the body's fastest muscles. They allow both of your eyes to flick in the same direction in a single 50 millisecond movement. In fact, cornea of the eye is the only part of the body that has no blood supply. It receives oxygen directly from the air. Our eyes remain the same size as they were at birth, but our nose and ears never stop growing. Fact number 5. Hair. If allowed to grow for their whole lifetime, the length of someone's hair would be about 725 kilometers. The facial hair of a blonde-haired man grows faster than that of a man with dark hair. The facial hair of a blonde-haired man grows faster than that of a man with dark hair. The rate at which a person's hair grows doubles during an airplane flight. Hair grows fast, about 6 inches per year. However, there's something in our body which grows faster than that. The only thing in the body that grows faster is the bone marrow. Fact number 6. Fingers. Human lips are hundreds of times more sensitive than the tips of a person's fingers. No one really knows what fingerprints are for, but they might help wick water away from our hands, prevent blisters, or improve touch. The human embryo acquires fingerprints within 3 months of conception. Fact number 7. Brain. The human brain has a memory capacity which is equivalent of more than 4 terabytes on a hard drive. 100,000 chemical reactions occur in the human brain every second. Fact number 8. Head. You can lose 150 calories per hour if you hit your head against the wall. But do not try it since your skull is made up of 29 different bones. Fact number 9. Nerves. Nerve impulses sent from the brain move at a speed of 274 kilometers per hour. It is said that a single human brain generates more electrical impulses in a day than all the telephones of the world combined. Fact number 10. Heart. The human heart beats more than 3 billion times in an average lifespan. The human heart pumps blood at such pressure that it would be able to raise blood up to the 4th floor of a building. According to German researchers, the risk of having heart attack is higher on Mondays than on any other day of the week. Fact number 11. Left or right-handers. Only 7% of the people are left-handed. Right-handed people live on average 9 years longer than left-handed people. Also, right-handed people chew most of their food on the right side of their mouth, whereas left-handed people do so on the left. Every year, more than 2 million left-handed people die because of mistakes they make when using machines designed for right-handed people. Fact number 12. Thirst. A feeling of thirst occurs when water loss is equal to 1% of your body weight. The loss of more than 5% can cause fainting, and more than 10% causes death from dehydration. Fact number 13. Lungs. The surface area of human lungs is approximately equal to the area of a tennis court. Your right lung can take in more air than your left because your left lung is about 10% smaller than your right one. Fact number 14. Bones. At birth, a child's body is made up of around 300 bones. More than half of your bones are located in the hands, wrists, feet, and ankles. But an adult has just about 206 bones. Bones are about 5 times stronger than steel. A block of bone the size of a matchbox can support up to 18,000 pounds of weight. Also, the satisfying sound of cracking your knuckles comes from gas bubbles bursting into your joints. And here comes fact number 15. Tongue. The tongue is covered in about 8,000 taste buds, each containing up to 100 cells helping you taste your food. You produce about 40,000 liters of spit in your lifetime, or to put it in another way, enough spit to fill 2 swimming pools. Your body is a wonderland. It is a strange and fascinating place, and so much of it still remains a mystery to us. Hope you like this video. If you like it,
click the like button and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video.
hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. Today, we're going to talk about 15 unknown and interesting facts about North Korea. Many times we hear that people talk about being unhappy with their country's system and want to move to another country. Although, there are some countries in the world where life is not really easy. One of these countries is North Korea. In this video, we are going to show you some things about North Korea that will surprise you. Before we look into more details, if you are watching my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. Fact number 1. 7 days working in a week. Here in most countries of the world, people have to work 5 days or 6 days in a week. While in North Korea, people have to work 7 days in a week. These people work for 6 days a week in the offices, but on the 7th day, they also have to do 1 day volunteer work. Thus, their number of working days goes up to 7. Fact number 2. Presently, North Korea is in year 108. You will be surprised to know that the year 2020 is not running to North Korea at this time. In North Korea, the Jewish calendar is followed, which started in 1997. In North Korea, counting of years begin from the birth of Kim II Sung. Therefore, at this time, in North Korea, year 108 is running. Fact number 3. Government-controlled radio in every house. In every North Korean house, government-controlled radio is installed and citizens are not allowed to close it. Apart from this, public speakers has been installed on most of the roads so that propaganda can start anytime and citizens need to follow it. Fact number 4. Tourists are not allowed to bring mobile. In North Korea, no person has a right to take picture of the poor, especially to tourists. The North Korean government believes that the image of the country is blurred by capturing the photographs of the poor by the tourists. Therefore, tourists are not allowed to bring their mobile phones into North Korea. Their mobile is seized on the airport and given only at the time of the return. Apart from tourists are not allowed to interact with local people. They are constantly under the supervision of guides and they are not allowed to go alone or scrutinize in any area. Fact number 5. Tradition of punishing 3 generations. North Korea also enforces the law of 3-generation punishment on its citizens. According to this, if a person commits crimes, then his or her next 2 generations will also be affected. In other words, grandchild will be in prison for crimes made by his or her grandfather. As a result, in many incidents, 3 generations spend their lives in jail. Fact number 6. Not allowed any celebration on 8th and 17th of July. In North Korea, there is no permission to celebrate any kind of celebrations on 8th July and 17th July. Even a person cannot celebrate his birthday. The reason is that Kim Sung II and Kim Jong II had died on 8th July and 17th July respectively. Fact number 7. Recognition of only 3 TV channels. In North Korea, Only 3 channels have been allowed on TV. Apart from this, there is no internet service in the country. Only VIP people have the privilege of running the internet, for which the country has its own operational system, whose name is Red Star. Apart from this, newspapers and magazines are approved only for North Korea. Fact number 8. Citizens are not allowed to buy cars and wear jeans. In North Korea, citizens are not allowed to buy cars. However, government officials and soldiers are excluded from this ban. Also, in North Korea, wearing jeans is not allowed. Fact number 9. Only one candidate in the election. In North Korea, elections are held every 5 years, but only one candidate is in the election. In the last few elections, the only candidate is Kim Jong-un, the supreme leader of North Korea. Besides, North Korea is the only country with the name of necrocracy, which means that this country still works under a dead ruler. The citizens line up to hand out their votes with only one option on the ballot. Not surprising that Kim wins with 99 to 100% positive results. Fact number 10. Haircuts are approved by the supreme leader. There are only 28 styles approved by Kim Jong-un. Men can choose among 10 hairstyles and women can decide between 18 various styles. Fact number 11. They have their own computer operating system. Red Star operating system is installed on North Korea computers, which is designed only in the Korean language. Fact number 12. Death penalty. Death given a sentence for distributing pornography, watching movies not approved by the governments, and possessing Bibles. North Korea, one of the last 6 countries to still perform public executions after Saudi Arabia, Syria, Afghanistan, Iran and Yemen. NADA is North Korea's space agency. If you translate it into Spanish, it means nothing. To date, the North Korean space program has experienced a success rate of only 20%. Fact number 14. Malaysia and Singapore are the only 2 countries in the world that are allowed via free travel to North Korea. However, the visa-free stay is allowed up to a maximum of 30 days. Fact number 15. North Korea created its own time zone. Last year, North Korea created its own time zone, named after the capital city of North Korea, which is 30 minutes behind South Korea and Japan. The country started using this time zone on August 15, 2015 to celebrate the 70th anniversary of Korea's liberation from Japan. I hope these facts about North Korea have shown you a glimpse into Korean lifestyle and culture and offered you better ideas about what you can see and expect if you travel to Korea. To really understand more about life, culture, foods, history and the geography of this unique country, you really have to travel throughout North Korea. And if you like this video,
Click the like button and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video.
Hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. Today, it's time to take a look about science being a very powerful tool to help us understand the universe around us. So much so that there are some fundamental aspects of everything that is yet to be figured out. Today, in this video, we are going to look at 10 interesting unsolved science mysteries. Before we look into more details, if you are watching my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. So without further ado, here are some scientific mysteries that are yet to be solved. Mystery number 1. We are still not sure why we sleep. Despite many decades of research and many theories, science still can't explain exactly why we sleep. We do know more or less what happens while we are asleep, but the main reason for it is still unknown. There are plenty of other life forms that never actually sleep, such as jellyfish, bacteria, plants, and sponges. So why is it that the higher animals have to sleep to stay sane, fit, and healthy? It clearly has some evolutionary advantage, but we are yet to really explain why we do it. Mystery number 2. Somewhere out there is a 9th planet, but where? After Pluto lost its official title as the 9th planet of our solar system, our total cache of planets dropped to 8. But scientists have found evidence that there is a huge 9th planet out there somewhere, situated somewhere on the edge of the solar system. Astronomers are yet to discover its whereabouts. after NASA recruited thousands of new people to hunt for it. Some tantalizing evidence was uncovered back in 2017. This is a mystery that may be about to be solved. Mystery number 3. The Great Pyramid of Giza has a massive void underneath it. But why? Archaeologists have discovered evidence of massive void underneath the pyramid's northern face. There is also another cavity high up on its northern eastern edge, yet to be explored. It is suspected that these could be secret chambers that have eluded looters and archaeologists for millennia. It is now hoped to gain access to them and create some scans to figure out what they are very soon. Mystery number 4. What are fast radio bursts? Fast radio bursts are arguably the weirdest phenomena in the known universe. There are some of the most explosive signals ever detected by science from space. Scientists have trouble figuring out what exactly they are, to the point where some claim they could be from aliens. However, this mystery may soon be solved thanks to the exact location of one being pinpointed back in 2017. Mystery number 5. What is Tully monster? Officially called Tully monstrum, only one fossil of this 300 million year old creature has ever been discovered. It had fins like a cuttlefish, eye stalks like a crab, and an impressively creepy jaw on a stick, looking like something a madman had created from spare pieces of animals. Science is having trouble figuring out where it sits on the family tree of animals. Mystery number 6. There's a strange deep hole on Mars, but why? NASA's Mars orbiter recently discovered a strange surface feature on Mars over its south pole. They appear to be very large, hundreds of meters across, hole in the Martian surface. Did something punch through its surface, or was there some enormous collapse in the region? Scientists are yet to offer a satisfactory explanation after further investigation. Mystery number 7. Where is everyone? Are we alone in the universe? One of the oddest, yet to be solved scientific mysteries is if we are all alone in the universe. According to Fermi paradox, the chance of there being other life-bearing planets out there are pretty good, but we are yet to hear a peep from anyone. Some have postulated that the laws of universe inevitability lead to the demise of life whenever or wherever it arises. If true, then life has started, flourished and possibly reached sophisticated civilizations many times in the past, only to eventually be snuffed out. As scary as that sounds, it is unlikely to stop mankind from hunting for potential neighbors until our own eventually demise. Mystery number 8. Dark matter. In other words, the spider's web. Planets, stars, asteroids and galaxies, the things that we can actually see, make up less than 5% of total universe. Scientists think another 25% is a strange substance called dark matter. We can't see it, we don't understand it, but we are pretty sure it's out there because everything moves to its gravitational tune. Scientists believe that dark matter acts like a spider's web, holding fast-moving galaxies together, and there's so much of this stuff that it bends the appearance of space. So that when astronomers observe distant galaxies, they often appear distorted. We have plenty of evidence that dark matter exists, but as for what it is, that remains a mystery. Some think dark matter is composed of an undiscovered particle or particles. Others believe it's an undiscovered property of gravity. Whatever the truth, dark matter is a real puzzle, and it's proved hugely tricky to pin down. Mystery number 9. Black holes. A constant staple of science fiction thrillers, black holes are violent, vastly destructive, and invisible. Black holes are regions of space in which the force of gravity is so powerful that everything around is drawn in. Not even light can escape, which is why we can't see any of this going on. Experts think there could be up to 100 million black holes in our galaxy alone, and these monsters can grow to become billions of times more massive than the Sun. What's more, at the center of most galaxies, including our own, lies a supermassive black hole. But we don't know what happens when objects pass through the center. They might become spaghettified, stretched apart into long string of matter. They could even be transported through a shortcut to a different part of our universe. Mystery number 10. The Big Crunch. The end of the world as we know it. All good things must come to an end, even the universe itself. But how? Well, there are lots of mind-blowing ideas out there. In the past, the deliciously named Big Crunch suggests a scenario in which the universe expansion, which has been going on since the Big Bang, tapers off and instead gives way to the force of gravity. As a result, everything, planets, galaxies, clusters, is drawn together into a single dense point of mass until everything is wiped out. Don't get too worried though, this is all billions of years away. So rest assured, even if we don't know how the universe ends, we know it's going to be a pretty big event. For centuries, human beings have looked up at the stars and contemplated the universe and our place in it. From the dawn of the time, we always wanted to explore and make sense of the world, and yet, so many mysteries still remain. One thing is for sure, the universe is so much stranger and more complex than we could ever have imagined. And if you like this video,
click the like button and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video.
Hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. Today, in this video we are going to... Wait. Have I been in this exact situation before? Have I spoken about the same content earlier? Also the same set of words? Why do I feel like this? If you've ever found yourself in a situation or place that feels also too familiar, as if you've been there before, you are likely experiencing deja vu. It can be a dreamlike real feeling, especially if you know you've never been to that place in your life and it's incredibly common. Before we look into more details, if you are watching my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. Sometimes, as we experience a new event or place, we get that creepy feeling that it's not the first time. We call that sensation deja vu, a French phrase that means already seen. It can feel like your mind is playing tricks on you. But of course, when it comes to all things related to brain and brain function, it's far more complicated than that. But what is deja vu? And can science explain why it happens? Deja vu is a feeling that one has lived through the present situation before, although some interpret deja vu in a paranormal context. But mainstream scientific approaches reject the explanation of deja vu as precognition or prophecy. It's a deviation of memory, despite the strong sense of recollection. The time, place, and practical context of the previous experience are uncertain or believed to be impossible. People who travel more or watch more movies are more likely to experience deja vu than others. Furthermore, people also tend to experience deja vu more in fragile conditions or under high pressure, and research shows that the experience of deja vu also decreases with age. As much as 70% of the population reports having experienced some form of deja vu. A higher number of incidents occurs in people between 15 to 25 years old than in any other age group. Since deja vu occurs in individuals with or without medical condition, there is much speculation as to how and why this phenomenon happens. Several attribute deja vu to a simple fantasy or wish fulfillment, while some psychiatrists quote it to a mismatching in the brain that causes the brain to mistake the present from the past. Experts believe that it's related to a past life experience. Obviously, there is more investigation that needs to be done. While you might think of your eyes as pair with each eye being equal, most people have a dominant eye, which could contribute to feeling of deja vu. If that strong eye sends information to the subconscious before both eyes focus and register the input as a conscious experience, your brain will tell you, "I've seen that before," and you have, but it was just a nanosecond ago. There's no scientific evidence to back up this theory right now though. If you've been skimping on sleep and are having more experience of deja vu than is normal for you, your brain is likely telling you to get more shut eye. Stress, exhaustion, and traveling a lot can all trigger more frequent experiences of deja vu. It's not known why fatigue or stress might make you experience deja vu more often, but it's possible that the strain might make the brain more likely to misfire or make mistakes. Whatever the reason is for your experiences, it's usually total normal and you're going to be just fine. Deja vu is actually a good sign and seems to reflect the brain's ability to process memories at different levels and at different speeds. Ultimately, deja vu is further proof that the human brain is amazing. If a mismatch or a glitch can result in something so extraordinary, it's a true testament to just how remarkable it is. So the next time you experience deja vu, no matter how it may feel in the moment, embrace it for the fantastic glitch it is. Please mention in the below comment section about when did you last experience deja vu, or have you never ever experienced it? And if you like this video,
click the like button and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video.
Hey friends, welcome to Finlyn Media. Today we're going to talk about USA's plan to attack and destroy the moon. What would it be like to have a night sky without a moon? A day on Earth would only last 6 to 12 hours. There could be more than 1,000 days in 1 year. That's because the Earth's rotation slows down over the time, thanks to gravitational force. A moonless Earth would also change the size of ocean tides, making them about 1/3 as high as they are now. Before we look into more details, if you're watching my video for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications. Let's get on to the video. United States Air Force had a top secret plan developed in 1958. The aim of the project was to detonate a nuclear bomb on the moon, which would help in answering some of the mysteries in planetary astronomy and astrogeology. If the explosive device detonated on the surface, not in a lunar crater, the flash of explosive light would have been faintly visible to people on Earth with their naked eye. A show of force resulting in a possible boosting of domestic morale in the capabilities of the United States. A boost that was needed after the Soviet Union took an early lead in the space race and was also working on a similar project. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union took the lead in the space race with the launch of Sputnik 1 on 4th October 1957. Sputnik was the first artificial satellite in orbit around the Earth, and the surprise of its successful launch after 2 attempted failures of Project Vanguard of USA to launch its own satellite was the beginning of the space race. Trying to reclaim lost ground, the United States embarked on a series of new projects and studies. In 1949, the Armor Research Foundation, ARF, began studying the effects of nuclear explosions on the environment. These studies continued until 1962. In May 1958, ARF began covertly researching the potential consequences of nuclear explosions on the moon. The main objective of the program by the United States Air Force, which had initially proposed it, was to cause a nuclear explosion that would be visible from Earth. It was hoped that such a display would boost the morale of the American people. At the time of the project's conception, it was named Project A119. Also known as a study of lunar research flights. Newspapers were reporting a rumor that the Soviet Union was planning to detonate a hydrogen bomb on the moon. According to press reports, in late 1957, an anonymous source had informed the United States Secret Service agent that the Soviets planned to recall the anniversary of the October Revolution by causing a nuclear explosion on the moon to coincide with a lunar eclipse on 7th November. News reports of the rumored launch included mentions of targeting the dark side of the project, would also consider this boundary as the target for an explosion. It was also reported that a failure to hit the moon would likely result in the missile returning to Earth. Scientists initially considered using hydrogen bomb for the project, but the United States Air Force proposed this idea to the weight of such a device, as it would be too heavy to be propelled by the missile which would have been used. It was then decided to use a W-25 W25 warhead, a small, lightweight warhead with relatively low 1.7 kiloton of yield. By contrast, the Little Boy bomb, dropped on the Japanese city of Hiroshima in 1945, had a yield of 13 to 18 kilotons. The W-25 would be carried by a rocket towards a shadowed side of the moon, where it would detonate on impact. The dust cloud resulting from the explosion would be lit by the sun, therefore visible from Earth. The development of intercontinental ballistic missiles would have made such a launch feasible by 1959. The project was cancelled by the Air Force in January 1959, seemingly out of fear of negative public reactions and the risks to the population if anything went wrong with the launch. Another factor cited was the possible implications of the nuclear fallout for future lunar research projects and colonization. These type of facts really teaches us that we shouldn't rule out the possibility of current or future nutty space schemes. Who knows how the military might be involved in upcoming launches into the cosmos. If you like
Click the
this
like
video,
button and share it. And also don't forget to subscribe this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification. Thanks for watching this video.